Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel, JT Open Stuff. Today guys, we're going to keep the train going on these Turtles of Grayskull opening videos that I've been doing. This is part 4 of my opening of these Turtles of Grayskull figures. I've been having a great time opening Shredder, He-Man, and Raphael so far. Shredder was the last figure I opened in part 3, so if you want to see that video, I will link it in the description down below. You can go take a look at that one. Really awesome figure. These figures have been some of my favorite Masters of the Universe type figures that I've opened in a long time. I love the Masterverse figures, but these Turtles of Grayskull figures have just been awesome with kind of the collaboration and the way that they've used a little bit of the lore of each of the toys to kind of mix them together into something really cool. So as you can see, we are going to open up Ram Man, mutated battering ram, and as you can see, he does have horns on this figure. And as you can read along with me, Ram Man did not hear his assailant's attack. It was as if the wind suddenly choked him out. He awoke covered in ooze, and he opened his mouth to speak only to hear a bah come out of his mouth. All he knew was he had a master, and his name was Krang. So he becomes a servant of Krang, and that is really kind of crazy. As you can see on here, really cool kind of Masters of the Universe style artwork here. Krang, He-Man, Skeletor, and check this out, guys. This is almost like a Snake Mountain, but it's Shredder, and look at that ooze. How cool would it be if they actually did kind of a Shredder Mountain? That would be awesome. Hey, we can always hope, and maybe somebody that works for Mattel will be able to see one of these videos and say, hey, you know what? JT's got a great idea. You know what? Let's go ahead and make that for him. You never know, guys. All right, let's get into this opening. This is, again, Ram Man. While I'm opening that, guys, go ahead and do me a favor. Click that subscribe button if you haven't already. It's the best way to stay up on this Turtles of Grayskull series and all of my other great toy opening videos. So, all right, let's pop that open. A couple of huge axes with this guy. We'll sit those down right there. Don't even have to cut the plastic on those. And let's see, how many pieces? Looks like a couple down here. So we'll go ahead and sit this down so we can be nice and careful. And we will cut away from ourselves with the grandpa knife. And we will get those out as quickly as possible. Up, one more, maybe right here. Let's see. You know what, guys? That one is really kind of difficult for me to get to there. All right, there we go. And one little snip. And I think he is ready to come out of his package here. So put that just like that. And this figure, by the way, is probably one of the heavier Masters of the Universe figures that I've ever opened. This figure is really nicely weighted and definitely gives you the kind of the feel of a really big guy. I mean, you can see, look at his size versus He-Man. They're about the same height, but look at the bulk of the Ram Man. He is definitely a bulked up, beastly kind of guy here. Now, articulation in the head, in the arms, nice articulation of the hands and wrists there. Waist articulation, again, arms. Maybe he's like flexing his muscles right there. Some articulation of the knee, a little bit there, yep, of the knee and feet. And look at that kind of translucent look. Really cool. I love it. He's got his Ram Man belt buckle on there. Looks like a chain look. I love the silver that they've done with all of these figures. More translucency to his arm and his fist. Definitely been affected by that ooze. The ram horns out of his helmet here. All very cool. And there is a spot right here, as you can see, on the back of these figures, and a lot of those you can do things just like this. You can take one of those axes and put it right into there for storage. Now this one's got a little bit of a larger top on it there, so let's see, this one, you have to work it in there just a little bit, but there you go. Just like that. You could store it just like that if you wanted to. But for today's video, we are going to go ahead and completely gear him up. So this one I think is going to look great in his left hand. Now that is a very, very small pinched hole there. And I don't know, it looks like it could be, yeah, it's like molded completely shut there. So that is a small little hole to be able to fit something down in there. So that one has got to be for this particular axe. It's the only one that fits in there, and as you can see, looks great in his hand. And now this one has a more traditional kind of grip. So we should be able to easily get this axe into his hand with just a little bit of work. All right, guys, come on here. There we go. As large as they are, they look kind of small in his hands there. That is really cool. I absolutely love it. Now he is ready for battle. Look how large he looks as a figure. I absolutely love it. And he's definitely got that old school Ram Man outfit on, that kind of leathered skirt or armor, if you will. Really awesome. Now this part, as you can see right here, is purple, but it is not that translucent purple. I love the fact that they gave you that translucency to the arms and to the feet. Stands up quite nicely. As you can see, very little effort whatsoever was put into making him stand up like that. And lots of different ways you can pose him. He could be looking up as though he's getting attacked. Really great figure, guys. So I hope you like this figure, guys. If you did, let me know in the comments down below which are the ones that you've liked the most so far out of He-Man, Raphael, Shredder, or this Ram Man. He-Man had an early lead, but this Ram Man has definitely, I think, taken the top spot for me so far. My favorite one. And if you love those figures so far, stay tuned in, because next up we're going to be opening up this Beast Man. It has a cool samurai look. So if you want to see this, again, subscribe to the channel, because that is the best way to see all these videos. Now, I did not cover the comic in today's video, and as you can see, it is a repeat. We've got 3 in a row of these. So this comic book was covered in video number 2, which was Raphael. So if you want to see this and read this comic, go back to video number 2 and you can read that. I give you a chance to pause at each page. But guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked today's video, and I will see you on the next Turtles of Grayskull opening.